Welcome to Puppet, and in today's presentation, we're gonna be talking about a manga that I've wanted to talk about for so long. It's a manga. I first heard of it when I watched the anime man talk about this series long ago. I forgot what the video was, and I absolutely loved it. Like seriously loved it. And this channel is really just a way for me to share with you some of the really good anime and manga sauce that I find to be interesting, and hopefully you do too. That video that I made in Data Live, that reaction to the trailer, I got new subscribers. I have 38 as of the recording of this video. Hope you stick around, and onto the video. Anyway, this manga title, it's titled Temple, simply called Temple, and it really shines at its 100% comedy, 100% harem, where it tries to avoid ecchi but is absolutely ecchi. Anyway, plot. Now, our main boy Akagami he just wants to have a life of purity because his father is notorious, he's really notorious for being who's being well known as a really huge womanizer. And because of that, girls are wary around our boy, and being disgusted by him or afraid of him, that would make any guy sad, right? Come on, it's heartbreaking. Anyway, Akagami wanted to set his morals right and live as an upright and pure citizen until he had a fateful encounter with this girl he fell in love with first sight. And this is bad. Falling in love with a girl, it would be the first step in awakening his erotic bloodline personality or something, right? Now, with that being said, the solution he came up with is to become a monk. That's right. So he took a temporary absence from school, prepped all the things he needed for becoming a monk, whatever that is, and headed to a temple in his town, I presume. And when he goes inside to inquire about his admission as a disciple for said temple, he is greeted by the girl he fell in love with, and this girl's name is Yuzuki, who in my opinion is second or even maybe third best girl. Anyway, they meet. Akagami was shocked from this, and being boom bap by the power of harem plot, it was found out that the temple, yes, it is a legit temple, don't get me wrong. It is a temple, but it houses only women. You guessed it. Or, yeah, come on, it's a harem. And to be specific, it is actually a nunnery, so of course it would be only women. And yeah, cue party popper. But suffice it to say, right, I believe the reasoning was that it's the only close place to, as a temple. I'm not so sure. But anyway, ecchi harem shenanigans happen, the way where it allows the reader to be introduced to the other characters, i.e. the waifus in the temple. And yep, first impression, they certainly hate his guts. It's hilarious. Yeah, they tried to get him to leave. He did, but it turns out rather that his father borrowed money from the temple. Wow. And to pay off the debt, he has to work at the temple to pay off his debt. And nice going, Akagami's dad. Wow, I mean, really, the pieces fall in place, or it's coincidences, or I don't know, destiny, fate, you could call it. Anyway, he has to pay off the debt, and we have our MC to really have a legit reason, a proper reason to stay at the nunnery or the temple. And again, the girls, they try to get him out and all that, but with Akagami doing chores and helping around the place, they slowly accept him as it should in the series, or as a harem. And of course, that also leads to some romantic interests brewing around them. My personal bias is an example of love growth as well, is this girl right here whose name is Mia, who goes from this to this and this this as well. Yeah, it's cute, right? It's cute. She's the tsundere of the harem group, and it's adorable. It's kawaii. I love it. Really love it. To be honest, yes. The I won't spoil too much. Actually, it's you'll find out about her story later on, or yeah, later on, if you read it. That is. Now, where was I? Yeah, girls opened up to him. To the point where they realize how much of a genuinely big help he is, and other than that, Akagami never forgot his main purpose into staying or applying to be a disciple in the temple in the first place, which is to learn the ways of the monk, gaining pure boy points, that heaven goodness points, and following the path to enlightenment, in which is a really dangerous or really challenging one at that, a really long and obstacle filled path because of the challenges or temptations around him that hinder or that tries to test his his moral strength or his urges rather. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Getting his act together as a straight man or a pure guy. Then you have also these other feelings, right? Other feelings after encountering with these girls. It questions as to whether he truly what he truly feels about them or not. Remember, he fell in love at first sight with a girl who happens to work at the temple. And I don't know, maybe it's the love will brew, the love will grow, so on and so forth. It's gonna develop into something good. And from the chapters that I've read, yes, it's juicy. It's so good. Now, I've stressed a whole lot of ecchi points while explaining the plot. Apologize. Now, I want to point out the hilarious, and I mean, I really truly mean the freaking hilarious, literal, laugh out loud, guaranteed moments in the manga series has to offer. Of course, some of it has the ecchi context of it, so to speak, right? But the slapstick gold of it is, it truly is there. It's truly beautiful, and the whole art style behind it greatly adds to the comedy experience. As far as I remembered, this manga has the same illustrator to that of Grand Blue, which is another comedy diamond of a anime, of a manga. I really do suggest you check it out for some good laughs, especially if you're feeling sad or if you're feeling stressed out. Then I promise you this, or in my opinion at least, this manga or Grand Blue or even Temple is certainly one that you need to take your mind off things for a bit, just have a laugh. Just have a laugh. And yeah, if you love Grand Blue, you're gonna love this one. Now, the ecchi elements of it. Wait, where am I going with this? Okay, yeah, ecchi elements of it. The genre of Grand Blue does have a similar aspect in terms of its comedy, right? It really does, seem similar. Probably also because of how the art style resembles it greatly. In fact, or it is, similar or the same rather. I don't know, but yeah, the only difference is that Grand Blue does have some romance, if I remember correctly. It does a bit, or I don't know, as far as I read the manga. The anime was okay with it, but in Temple, the harem goodness of it is really what it encompasses. Now, towards Akagami, I feel that this is a pretty good design or pretty good creation of a harem main protagonist, because for one, he truly has the goal of to reach enlightenment despite experiencing harem-ish happenings 24/7. And but for me, the beauty of a character like Akagami is the balance between seriously genuine to his original goal, or seriously trying to attain or following the path to his original goal, and to that of the comedic etchiness of it, or the supposedly happenings, lucky skebe moments of the series. And there's a lot. There's really a lot of them, and the facial expressions that they make along with it that's a really good spice to the whole series. I just absolutely love it. Throughout the series, I can really just tell that, he's just a guy learning to be pure, but factor in the romantic growth and the very presence of the girls themselves. It creates opportunities for these ecchi moments to arise, as of course, since they're there. But also, in one way or another, I feel like, he may act dense. He is dense. I don't know. He might seem dense, but, he certainly knows a thing or two of what's really going on. I guess the line's still blurry, but there is at least confirmation, or there is clarity that will grow as the romantic development between Akagami and the other heroines progresses, and it really adds up beautifully. It stacks up beautifully. In terms of hindering each other, jealousy moments, it's faint, but it's still there. Don't get me wrong, but I really like the way that things would get resolved in this, in the series. In any case, what I would look forward to in this manga is the supremacy of its comedy and steady development of its, of the harem's feelings towards our MC. Oh, and yeah, aside from that, I'm also actually quite curious as to how the story would tie up this anti-romance setting, that being they're in a temple or a nunnery, anti-romance setting with characters who are growing feelings with each other, to each other, right? And I'm really looking forward as to how they can, how that works. And actually, throughout the manga, or within the manga rather, I do see some points in which, I daydream that this would happen instead. But Akagami, the great thing about him is that he really does stick to his his morals, at least, to the very least, and to his goals. The heroines, what's up with them? They're pretty amazing. They want to get together with Akagami. They know he's a great guy, and they in return are pretty good characters themselves in terms of their character design and their character personality traits. It's all wonderful. And Akagami's in conclusion, really, Akagami's every move will surely put a smile on my face and possibly dry out my laughter, because it's just too good.